Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us from the KXAN Live studios. This is Nick's First Warning, and I'm your host, Billy Gates. And with me, of course, as always, the man of the hour, he's Nick Bannon. There he is, Nick. Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Oh, just trying to survive this Sunday evening.
Yes.
Just
kind of nice out there right now.
Just trying to live. Yeah, it is kind of nice out there. I mean, we've got through this little stormy patch here, and now we're expecting some 90s next week. And as you have written in your blog today on KXAN.com, maybe people want to know when it's going to get really hot.
Yeah, we've only had one 90-degree day so far this year. So the fact that we've got two in the forecast here this week, it's first time that we've had consecutive triple 90-degree days, I should say, this year, and gives us a preview of more late spring and even early summer-like temperatures. This is how it looks as we are live with you right now from our Lorenz and Lorenz 360 cam from Westlake Hills. Gorgeous views, sun and clouds, showers wrapping up and drying out, and we expect a generally quiet night ahead of us here tonight. Looking at the temperatures as they build this week, we'll be in the mid-80s tomorrow, so a little warmer thanks to a little bit of afternoon sun, and then those 90s there for Tuesday and Wednesday, and very close to getting into the 90s on Thursday as well. It's certainly still a possibility. But that led us to start thinking about triple digits, when they usually start here in Central Texas, and it's really easy to remember. The average first triple-digit day here in Central Texas doesn't come until July. You can see the average temperatures in June, 93, the average temperatures in July, 97 and 98 in August. But why is it so easy to remember? Because it's July 4th, Billy, the average first triple-digit day of the year. How will you celebrate your first triple-digit day of the year?
By turning on the air conditioning in my house.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I mean, granted, it's probably going to be on, and it's been on off and on. What day is it? The 5th? It's been on off and on the past couple of days anyway.
Yeah, so the chances are that we will probably have had a triple-digit day before then, though. The reason I say that is in more recent years, 4 of the last 5 years, our first triple-digit day of the year has come before July 4th, before that 30-year average first day. You can see last year's first triple-digit day was June 9th. In 2022, it was May 21st. That was early. 2021, June 14th. 2020 was in the second week of June as well. So about a month away from now, starting to see a good collection of these first triple-digit days of the year. Wasn't until 2019, that was the last time that our first triple-digit day of the year actually came later than normal. The first day of the last 5 years that has happened. The last time we've had a late first 100-degree day of the year. So chances are, Billy, we're probably looking at June, especially given that so many of the outlooks that we look at as far as the extended forecast goes are all warm and or hotter than normal. So we'll probably be looking at that first triple-digit day in June as opposed to July if I were a betting man.
Well, I mean, I guess that brings us to our next point. Have your AC serviced before then, or else it's going to get real hot in your house.
Yes, hot in your house for sure. I mean, maybe this week when your AC is getting a good workout with those temperatures heading into the 90s, you'll be able to catch some problems early without catching them when temperatures actually get too hot. But it's certainly now is a good time to get things fixed here and get a look at that AC before we run into problems. I'm just diving around our computer system here, which lost some contact with our main graphic system. But you get the general idea that July 4th is our first triple-digit day of the year, but we're probably going to be looking at a little bit earlier than that. If the way things look for now, this hotter summer pattern that we're looking at continues.
Yeah, it's I mean, being myself from Oregon, like it doesn't get that hot that soon up there. So like I've been living in Texas for about 5 years now. So it kind of seems like it just sort of creeps up a little earlier with the triple digit heat. And I mean that's just kind of being in the southern part of the country.
Right.
It just sort of sort of kind of just comes to the territory a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, and we had our first 90-degree day pretty early this year. It was more than a month ago, but then we've gone a while without having additional 90. So from that perspective, we've been doing pretty well. But really, April was a warmer than normal month. May, while we've been a little wet to start and we're only 5 days in, the outlook for the rest of the month is warmer than normal too. So all signs point to the warmth taking hold. Got the graphics back though, Billy.
All right.
So that helps, doing a little troubleshooting and control alt delete on the fly.
But if something doesn't go wrong, then
is it really a Knicks first
what are we
morning on a
supposed to
Sunday
do?
evening? Right. So I just want to break down when we typically see the most triple digits. So we average 29 triple digit days in an average year here in Central Texas. That's the 30-year average from 1991 to 2010. And you can see when they usually happen. We average 3 in June, 10 in July, 13 in August, and 3 in September. So that adds up to 29 for you here. But we actually can look back at how our 30-year averages have changed. Those get updated every 10 years. The most recent update brought it to 1991 to 2020. That upped our average count of triple-digit days per year to 29. Go a decade earlier, the 30-year average was 18, so a full 11 days fewer triple-digit days than our current average. The previous average 10 years before, 12 triple-digit days in an average year in Austin. And the 1961 to 1990 30-year average for triple-digit days in Austin was only 10. So you get the trend here that we're seeing an increase in triple digits in Austin. And, of course, climate change is to blame there, Billy.
I mean, as far as like averages go, 11 whole days is insane.
Yeah, over just 10 years.
Like, that's crazy.
And we were doing some digging, Jim Spencer and I, a few days ago. If you took the 30-year average now, like, usually it ends at 2020, 2030, 2040. But let's say we did it through 2023 last year. Then we would be up to 33 triple-digit days. So already since 2020, we are averaging an additional 4 triple-digit days, and we're not yet done with the decade.
My goodness.
Yeah, this is terrible news. But I do want to remind you about some previous years. One just last year, that should say 2023, where we had 80. And back in 2011, we had 90 triple-digit days. Now, thankfully, no triple-digit days over the next week. But we do have those 90s, but only for 2 days. We've got a cold front coming in late Thursday that'll knock us down from the 80s, the upper 80s to near 90, back into the low 80s here for Friday and into the weekend. So we can talk about triple digits now because we're not going to have any for the foreseeable future. But come June, I think our chances for triple digits start to go up. And that's when I would imagine our first triple-digit day of this year comes.
Well, I mean, there's only one way to find out. Just gotta sit here with bated breath, waiting for it, with our hands on our thermostats in our homes. As soon as it hits, that breaking point inside your house, you get the AC on.
Exactly, and you can test that AC here this week.
Yeah, and it's funny because like whenever a meteorologist mentions a cold front being from the Pacific Northwest that I grew up in, usually that provides a significant drop in temperature. Yeah. And when we talk about a cold front here, it might be a significant drop, but also sometimes it might be taking it from 90 to 85.
Right, and in this case, it's going from 89 to 80.
Yeah.
So, but you're going to notice a huge drop in the humidity by the end of the week, and that may bring more relief than just the temperature drop.
I'll tell you, every time my mom and dad come down to visit, my dad has something to say about the humidity about every 10 minutes. Yeah. It's just like, we get it. It's the humidity that kills you.
You should give them some deodorant in their welcome bag.
No kidding. All righty. Well, that'll do it for this edition of Nick's First Warning. Thank you so much for watching. And for Nick Bannon, I'm Billy Gates. And thanks again. We'll talk to you again very soon.